I get to do aerobics every time I do live. It's good exercise. Let's see. Okay. Sorry, gotta get this computer up and going so I can see comments. Hello, it's Friday, and it's probably dinner time for a lot of people, but I have a Wannabe Crafty with Friends event every Friday night at 7:30, but I wanted to come on and do this before I start my event, because I don't want to do another late night. I'm tired today. Okay, so, we have, excuse me, I'm all choked up. We have a new collection. It's called the book collection, and I'm pretty sure that's the correct name. Yeah, the book collection. There are 4 transfers for this collection, and the minute I saw them, I knew I had to have them, and I knew exactly what my first project would be, and I'm so excited. And it's actually for a friend. Hopefully she doesn't see this before she gets it. I'm not telling her, and it's not for any reason, just because I saw it and I thought of her. So, but this is the first one of the book collection that I want to show you. This is our size 2 transfer, D as in dog, and this is called Flower Book. I'm gonna wait for the computer to catch up. Okay, so you have your book that's open up right there, and then flowers just kind of growing out of it, and it's got butterflies flying around. In the example on the chalk side, you will see that it was done on a pillow, and I love it. So I grabbed this. I don't know, I may do a big picture, I may do a big pillow. I love the pillow, I love the pillow. I may have to do the pillow. So that's the first one. Set that over there. And then our ABCD, our C transfer is this. And this is the pages of a book. Between the pages of a book is a lovely place to be, and then it's got a little shelf here with decorations of books and a vase. And I'm going to be using this part of this transfer tonight. And then we have our B-size transfer, which is a book stack. So it's actually titled Fictional Characters. But this is, I didn't even tell you. My name is Audra. I'm a designer here, part of the team. And yeah, I'm excited for this event. I'm so excited for this event. I just jumped right into it. So anyway, this is the fictional characters, emotionally attached to fictional characters. That's another one that would be a cute shirt. Honestly, that would be a cute shirt. I may have to do 2 of them for her, just because she's that nice. I won't do 2 tonight though, just 1. And then we have the A-size transfer that you can't really see because it's covered up. But this is titled I Read. Let me get it out for you. And this is the other one that I'm going to be using tonight. Only part of it, not the whole thing. So it says, I read past my bedtime. And my friend would come to work and tell me, I couldn't tell you how many times when she was working at the office with me, how she would come to the office looking like a zombie, half dead, because she stayed up so late reading and just couldn't put the book down and just had to keep doing 1 more page and 1 more page and 1 more page. You know how that is? I've done that before. So I immediately thought of her when I saw this. So I have to do something for her tonight. So we're going to use part of the A transfer and part of the C transfer of the book collection. Okay? So, if you find you're interested, that you love to read, you just love books, and you wouldn't mind doing a little decorating in your library or something, tag your designer and just comment book collection or I want the book collection or something, and it can help you get it. This is, I need a new one. I definitely need a new one. This is our inking pad. Inking pad. Okay, and that's enough. I'm going to go ahead and lower the camera down to the table so you can see what I've got going on down here. I might even turn the light on so that you can see better. And I have my door open because between the heat going and in the house and the heat going in me, it gets too hot in here. So, but if you can hear the background noise and it's too distracting, let me know and I'll shut the door. Okay, let's lower this down. And close your eyes if you tend to get dizzy, and I'll let you know as soon as we're at the right spot. That's gonna have to go a little lower. Let's see. Not yet. Maybe a little more. Let's turn that light on too while we're at it. Okay, so I have all my inks lined up. I've got my white. I don't plan to put white on the project, but I plan to work on some colors. So I'm going to use Meadow, and I'm going to use Currant Jam, and I'm going to use Tide and Papaya, and I'm going to use Fig and Ocean Mist, okay? But what I want to do is I want to take these three colors, because they're so vibrant, I want to tone them down a little bit. So I have these trays. Make sure there's nothing on them. And I'm going to take a little bit of the white and a little bit of each color and just kind of tone them down a little bit, because I don't want them to be, I kind of want the same. And I don't need a whole lot because I'm doing one book, one color for each, you know what I'm saying? One book is going to be Tide, one book is going to be Papaya, one book is going to be, let me get a paper towel. There we go. Get that out of the way. So, that doesn't seem to have done anything, huh? Okay, let me get a little bit. Oh, I almost dipped this in there with that Tide all over it. All right. Let's get a little bit more white. Get all the Tide off of there. Get a little bit more white. So while I'm doing this, I want to just kind of fill you in. We have a lot going on this month, and there's only, what's today, the 25th? There's only 3 days left, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And of course the rest of today. But I wanted to remind you, if you are not a Club Couture member, but have been considering it, or even if you haven't been considering it, this may be the time to consider it and actually sign up, because until Monday, they are giving away 5 free B-size transfers. I think that'll do it. To all new Club Couture members who sign up in the month of February. If you sign up March 1, too late. So you have to do it between now and Monday. And then, to top it off, those of you who are already club members, anyone who places a $60 order or more will receive 5 free size B transfers as well. So that's that's $75 worth of free product. 5 free transfers, size B transfers. Now, if you sign up for Club Couture tomorrow or tonight, and then tomorrow say, oh, I want to place an order, and you order $60 or more, guess what? You will already be a club member. Placing a $60 order. Just a thought. I also want to remind you that we only have until Monday to sign up for the new newsletter. It's called Chalk Style, and it will come to you via email, full of tips and ideas and inspiration and information and everything you could, use for this kind of crafting. Goodness gracious, I'm making a big mess. And you have until Monday to sign up to register for that. It's easy as putting in your first, last name, and your email address, and it's all you got to do on your designer's website. And I haven't mastered the art of doing this yet. And you will be entered for a $100 shopping spree. Sorry, Tarina is messaging me. I need to respond to her. Yes. Okay, sorry. I had a little technical difficulty early and she was helping me. So, we have that. $100 shopping spree. I mean, who doesn't love free stuff? Right? So, sign up for the $100 shopping spree by subscribing to the email. Well, it's an email. I shouldn't say it is an email, but it's like a newsletter. It's not very tame, is it? Just get some more white. And then you get entered. And if you win, that's another $100 in free stuff. Free stuff. Gosh. Almost makes me wish I was just a customer. Not just. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. That's not right. That wasn't the right way to say that. Okay. See if I can get this to mix up. I'm trying to just tone it down a little bit with some white. Just a little bit. I don't want to change it a whole lot. See, it's still kind of the same. I think I need more white. A little bit more. So, also, if you haven't heard, we've got a March Madness event coming up on March 15. And if you want to be a part of the March Madness event, holler at your designer and they can tell you how. Of course, if you order $60 in product to get you a free $75 worth of transfers, that would get you in to the March Madness event. So, just saying. Lots of fun, lots of prizes. Okay, I'm wasting my white ink because I put too much. I got that on there, but I have to. I don't have a choice. Okay, all right. So I've toned those down a little bit. I think they're going to be a little bit more of a better match to the other colors. And now the meadow. I got to get that out of there, so I don't have current jam mixed into my meadow. Okay. Close this up because I'm done with it. Oh, I got some current jam into my white. That's always a good thing. Huh? Take that out. All right. So now, meadow. A little bit of meadow. And some white. Mix this together. So it's Friday night. Does anybody have any fun plans for tonight? Or is anybody here snowed in? Not, well, or iced in? I'm iced in. We had a whole day of sleeting Wednesday, and it still hasn't melted. It's just cold enough. So that's a good pretty green too. So that was easy. Now I need to make sure I don't have it all over my hands before I go too much further. I'm good. Put this away so I don't. That away. I'm done with the white. I'm done with the type and the metal. Okay. Here we go. So these are the colors. I don't know if you can see them all. Let's see if I can get them all into the camera view. One, two, three, four, five, six. That's what I needed. 6 colors. I think that's a good mixture. And now I need to wash my hands before I touch my shirt. I am a mess. I don't know if you saw Monique doing her fishing rules live earlier today. And she said she's up to her elbows in chalk paste. And I laughed and I said, just your elbows, huh? Because I usually get it on my face and everything else. Especially when I'm inking. Because I'm just messy that way. Okay, let's move these over. If you have any questions about anything, feel free to post them in the comments. And if you have your designer's name handy, you can tag your designer as well. And they can either answer your questions or I'll do the best I can. But if you do anything if you do anything to sign up for a club, or if you decide to get your newsletter or whatever, just be sure you do it on your designer's website who invited you to this group. Tag them anywhere or anytime and they'll be happy to help you. So I just slipped this inking mat into my shirt. It's going to do 2 things. It's going to stick to the shirt and help me to keep it still, and then it's going to keep the ink from leaking through to the other side of the shirt. So let's see, I want to make sure I center it as much as possible. Okay. I'm kind of nervous because of what I plan to do. Sometimes I get in over my skill level. But we'll see. So, I think I want to do the middle first, because that way I can put the books around it. So I'm going to start with putting I Read right here. Okay? And so I'm not going to use the glasses, just the I Read past my bedtime. I'm not going to fuzz it because I'm putting it on fabric. And when you do that on fabric, it's not necessary to fuzz it. But I am going to write on the back. That way when I'm ready to put this transfer back onto its backing, I'm sure to place it on the correct side. I'm drying the ink. So let's do I Read first. And after that, I'm going to add some books. So let's see. I Read. I want to make sure I'm centered the best of my ability. So I'm going to use my ruler. Okay, so that's about 7 3/4. And that's only about 7, so that needs to go over to the left a little bit. So this is a junior size 3X, which fits me, and I normally wear extra large. So, in case you were wondering about that, that's a 7 1/4. And right about 7 1/4. Okay. That's about as center as I'm going to get it. So, the first color I want to use will be Ocean Mist. So all you have to do, now I have my heat press warming up next to me. If you don't have a heat press, you can heat set it with an iron, set to cotton. It will take about 4 minutes on each side to heat press it. If you have a heat press, I do it at 305 degrees for 30 seconds when it's time to heat press it. Right now, I'm trying to be careful not to do the glasses, but I am making sure I cover all the screen area of the words. I read past my bedtime. Okay. Get the ink in there. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to put this over to the edge because I don't need it anymore. Oh, I forgot to scrape. Hello, Tarina. Oh my gosh. This book collection is amazing. Okay. There we go. Okay. So I'm done with this one. I'm just going to peel it off. I'm going to go slow so I can make sure I didn't miss anything. And I'm going to pull it from the center, not from the corner. Although I do have to work on the corner a minute because it's not coming off. There we go. It's sticking pretty good. It's a brand new transfer. I read past my bedtime. Oh, I love it. So, that's what we have so far. Now I'm just going to place this on the backing and lay it aside, and I'll wash that when I'm done. What I want to do before I do my next step is kind of dry this a little bit. So I'm going to take my blow dryer and just, after I wash my hands, because I don't want to touch the shirt with ink on my fingers. Okay. So this is going to get loud. If you want to turn down your volume just for a minute to protect your ears, I'm going to turn on the blow dryer now. Checking for tackiness. There's a little bit. And you know, if I get... I think what I'm going to do, because there's no more tackiness, I'm going to cheat. And I'm going to heat set this first before I put the other transfers on it, because I don't want to risk peeling it up. So I'm going to take this out, and I'm going to remove this out of the way because I don't want to melt it. And I need that for my heat press. Now again, if you have an iron, you can set it for cotton setting and then do it for 4 minutes. I have my this is parchment paper, not wax paper, parchment paper. And I have learned since I started doing this, there is a difference. I always assumed there was no difference, but there's a difference. And another thing I've learned since doing this, you do not want to use parchment paper from our favorite dollar store, because it's it doesn't work. Let's just do that. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and heat set this right now. 305 to 30 seconds on this side. I'm so excited. She's gonna love this. I'm sure she is. I'm sure she is. So again, if you're interested in this or anything you're seeing in all of these lives, be sure to tag your designer. Let that person know what it is you're interested in, and they will be happy to help you in any way possible. Only 3 days left for the 5 free transfer giveaways. So if you know someone who loves to get free stuff and loves to craft, let them know. Send them to your designer. I've turned my shirt inside out. This is the side that I inked. I'm going to go ahead and do this side as well, so that it's permanent. Permanently heat set. And then I'm going to do the next steps. So only 20 seconds. Newsletter. Gus, I mean, it's a free thing too. All you have to do is just pop in your name and email address, and you can be entered for a $100 shopping spree. But that's got to be done between now and Monday. Okay. So now, step 2. Take this out of the way. Put my parchment paper out of the way. I read past my bedtime. Put this back in. I seriously need to get a new one. I keep forgetting. I get all excited about everything else and I forget to get myself stuff that I really need. Okay, now. So this is how it looks so far. I read past my bedtime, and I have to make sure I watch myself. Make sure I'm not getting ink on anything. So, I'm going to take this transfer. I love these book stacks. I love the book stacks. So I'm going to take my handy dandy transfer trimmers. I love these. They're great for this. And they're teal. If you haven't guessed at all, my favorite color is teal. So it all worked out perfect for me. Okay, I don't cut straight. I never could cut straight. But that's okay. It still works. So this I'll save for a different project. This is what I want. All right, so I'm thinking I'll put it right on the back. Book stacks. Okay. Peel this off. Now, oopsie, I almost dropped this. The first thing I want to do is place this. I'm using this little book first. So I want to make sure I want to make sure it's running straight with the design. And then it's got to be, this is throwing me off. So you know what? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to change my mind and use one that's already straight. That way, because it was making me dizzy. So I'm going to put this right here. So much easier for me. And then I want to make sure almost 3 inches, a little more than 3 inches. I'm going to line it up. I could just use these 3, but I think that's too far down. What do you think? I think that's too far down. So my thinking is to use these 3, this one, and then the 2 top ones. So I need to move it over just a tiny bit. It's not straight. There we go. Okay. And then I can see the P. I can see where the P ends. And the E. A little bit more. Right about there, probably. This is the hardest part, right? Just measuring it and making sure it is okay. I think I'm moving it, and I'm really not. Here we go. Now let's see. Now it's lower than I want it. Okay. Straight. Let's go right there. Oh gosh. This is fun. Okay. So that's a little over 3, and I went over too far. So I'm just going to nudge it, and I think I got it in the right spot now. I'm a little OCD. If it was just for me, I wouldn't even bat an eye at it being a little off, but it's not just for me. I think I did it. Yep, okay. Phew! So, I think the first color I want to do will be this. I did a lot. I didn't need this much. That's okay. And I think I really want a little bit more white in there. No, I think it's good. Okay. Yeah. So, I'm going to carefully Okay. I'll take that off. So that's one. And then I want to dry it. No more tackiness. And then I'm going to I better move these out of the way because I will get it all over the shirt. Now I want the teal. Sorry about the dogs. They tend to bark over every little thing. One of them gets going and then the other one gets going. Okay, so now I'm going to put these two. I'm doing a 3-book stack. Have to be careful though. And I don't want it too far away. That's about right. And then I need to make sure I'm centered. Very close. Then I'm going to take this backing and I'm going to place it right there so that I don't risk pulling up any of the ink. And I'm just covering that book and then laying this back down. Okay. And then I want to do this one and the teal. Well, this is actually called Tide, and it's just Tide mixed with the brilliant white, bright white, brilliant white. Yeah, the white. There we go. And I'm just going to scrape off all the excess. Quite honestly, these are small enough amounts, I could probably just mix them back into the original color and it wouldn't have that much effect on it. We'll see. I may not do that. And now I want papaya. I'm wanting to call it guava, but it's actually papaya. And I'm going to put papaya on the bottom book very carefully. Oh, thank you, Christy. Hi, thank you for joining this live. This is for my friend who absolutely loves to read. Alright, so I'm done with the papaya. I almost called it guava again. So now I'm going to take these off. Let's see what we got here. Oh my gosh. So, I read past my bedtime. And then there's 3 books underneath. I'm going to dry it, so it's about to get loud for just a second. Now I see a tiny little spot that I missed on the bottom book here. So I'm just going to take my tool here. My, I'm forgetting the name of everything tonight. And it's got a little tip, a little plastic tip. I'm just going to dip it in the papaya and dab it in that spot where it's supposed to be filled in right there. It probably wouldn't have been a bad thing to leave it, but it was bothering me, so I fixed it. It's easy as that. Thank you, Christy. So now my original plan, I'm going to turn this around. My original plan was to add 2 more books. This is what we have so far. And my original plan was to add I'm trying to be careful not to get the ink on the bloop, 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 bloop. Let me get my backing. Okay. So my original thinking was to add 2 more books, one here and one here, so that it just kind of, you know what I'm saying, boxes it in. What do you think? Do you think that's good? Or do you think I should add a book on each side? I like the way this looks. But I could add another book on each side, just kind of like, you think what I have is good? You don't want to go overboard, right? Okay, I think I will. I think I'll leave it like that. All right, so a little bit more drawing to get rid of any tackiness. No more tackiness. Okay, so now I'm going to heat set it again so I can make sure these books are permanent, and it will be done. I'm putting my parchment paper inside the shirt first. I took the ink mat out because it will get warped if you leave it in. I've done that by mistake. It'll get warped even if you blow dry it too much while it's inside there. So you have to be careful. Parchment paper on top. And then you either take an iron, set it cotton, and heat set it for 4 minutes. Or if you have a big Bertha, you can do it. I do it at 305 for 30 seconds. And then when it's done, I'll turn it inside out and do the back side, and it will be heat set, permanent, machine washable, and I have had nothing but great experience with how long this lasts. I have a shirt that I've washed over and over and over again for about a year now, and you can't even tell. I'm going to turn it inside out. And I think I'm going to have to make her a second one with that B size transfer that says emotionally attached to fictional characters. And then I'll just pop them in the mail and surprise her. Okay. I can't wait to see what other projects people do. We've had a few go on already. We've had Monique on a couple times doing some adorable things for her son. And Tarina's been on doing her beautiful round. Oh my gosh, that woman's got some talent. And let's see, I did the bloom kit last night. I don't know if you caught that yet. And this was the finished result of the bloom kit. Oh my gosh, I love the bloom kit. Alright, put these aside because I reuse them and reuse them and reuse them until they're tearing apart because I'm cheap that way. And then I have to be careful. I made a shirt for my mom once and I got ink all over the side of it, all over the back, and she still wears it. She likes it. Fold this. Look at that ink. See? Luckily it's not too noticeable. And it's not heat set, so it's coming out. Okay. And there we have it. I read past my bedtime. Yay! Okay, so one last time. Tag your designer if there's anything you're interested in checking out. If you have any questions, just leave it in the comments. Thank you, Tarina. Thank you, Christy. And we'll help you out as any way we can. Thanks, everybody. Bye.